Welcome back, YouTube. I hope you had a wonderful week with your students. That is, if you're not on summer break. Finally, today is my last day of school. Yesterday was my last day of school with students. I spent the most of the day, I would say, just kind of cleaning up my classroom, putting things away. I did finish labeling all those cabinets. I know in my last video I was showing you how I reorganized everything. I'm very happy with the way that turned out, and now I've got everything labeled so I know exactly where everything is. I think it looks really good, and it'll make it so much easier for me when I come back in September to have everything ready to go. And today I opted to come in to teach some turnkey classes. Turnkey is a program here at my high school where basically teachers are allowed to teach professional development to their colleagues. So we usually have a professional development day at the end of the year for those teachers that don't elect to do their professional development throughout the school year. So I taught 2 classes today. I taught 10 ways to ditch that worksheet, and I taught flip like an expert today. So both of them went really well. That was my morning. I pretty much did that all morning. And then I had lunch, and then I wanted to finish up my AP summer assignment. So finally that is done. I invested a lot of time in the AP summer assignment this year. I think it turned out really good. I'm very happy. I think the students are going to be very happy with it. I actually set up a Google Classroom with all the stuff that I need my students to work on so they're prepared for their summer assignment test in September. That brings me to my next point. What am I teaching next year? Next year, I have 2 sections of honors chemistry, and I have 2 sections of advanced placement chemistry. So a similar schedule to this year, except it won't be as crazy. I'm happy that I only have 2 sections of AP Chem next year. It was a lot this year. It was very, very stressful. I had an overage this year with the AP class because I was over my contact hours, so I was teaching more than I usually am because of the extra lab period that I have with AP. So it definitely was a lot to manage. I think next year will be a lot more manageable for me, so I'm really happy that there's only 2 sections. But now I kind of know what my limits are. I definitely was feeling a lot of pressure and stress throughout the school year. For a few months there, I know I disappeared, and that was really why I had to make sure that I was, ready for my classes. But I think next year will just be a better fit for me. And I think, it is worth noting, and I talk about this all the time, self-care is so important. And this year, besides, being stressed and stuff at school with having that extra class and whatnot, I learned a lot more about myself and my need to make sure that I'm doing things to take care of myself. So, when things were really, really stressful and I was really struggling, I started to carve out more time for myself, and I noticed that I felt so much better. Because, I tell you these things on this YouTube channel, like, hey, you need to, fill your cup too. But I need to make sure that I also follow that advice. So that made a huge difference for me. I found myself, walking every day. I would walk like an hour, try to get my 10 to 15,000 steps a day. And then I developed this new love of yoga. I absolutely love yoga. I do it every single day before bed. And it's really helped me build some amazing habits. And I hope to definitely continue that through the summer and through the next school year. So with that said, I want to thank you so much for watching this channel. I hope you've learned some things from me this year, some things that you can bring back to your classroom and to your students. As always, I will be checking in with you this summer, and I thank you so much for watching.